Hey, it's Jacqueline here with your Northumberland County monthly market update for the month of February 2025. Let's have a look back at everything that happened last month in the wonderful world of real estate. Last month, we saw a total of 75 homes sell in Northumberland County, which was actually down by about 6% from the month of January and a whopping 40% from 2024. It's a pretty big decrease in the number of sales for what we would typically see during this time of year. Currently, we're sitting at 468 active listings in Northumberland County, which is actually up slightly by about 9% from the month of January and up 19% from this time last year. Now, when it comes to the average sale price, we do have a little bit of good news. We're currently sitting at $768,902 to be specific for the average sale price in Northumberland County, and that's actually a 21% increase over the month of January and a 4.6% increase from last year. So great to know the numbers, but what does all of this mean? Well, as you can see from the numbers, it's been a pretty sluggish start to the real estate year in Northumberland, and there's a lot of reasons why that might happen. Again, if you look outside, it's been a pretty rough winter for us here in Northumberland County and across the board throughout Ontario, with buckets and buckets of landslides amount of snow. So as I like to explain to my sellers, when buyers can barely get out of their driveway, chances are they're not going to get in their car to go home shopping. So the weather actually does drastically impact what we see in Northumberland and across the board as far as housing goes. So that's reason number one why we're seeing such low sales right now. The secondary reason would be what's going on with our friends to the south. I've talked about this a couple times, and I would recommend that you watch the video I did a few weeks ago on the tariff talk. And again, this is having an overall impact in the real estate market. As we know, we are set for yet another announcement from our friends to the south. And so a lot of people are kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what is going to happen there. So again, these overall economic driving forces in the market can create a lot of concerns and trepidation with buyers where they're just not quite getting out there and buying. I will say, though, in my opinion, the main factor would be the weather. Again, as we are a market where a lot of people are traveling from other areas, particularly from the west, to come look at houses, a bad weekend in terms of snow in the forecast will certainly put the brakes on that home shopping. So as soon as we start to see more sunshine outside and that snow melt away, I'm very confident we're going to see a pretty big uptake in the market. Now, the good news, as I did say, that the average sale price is actually up quite a bit. Now, although it's up 21%, that doesn't mean that every house in Northumberland County went up that high in pricing. As I've said, we only had 75 houses sell in the entire month, which is a very small sample size. As such, that number can fluctuate quite a bit by a higher end sale. So again, if we have a home that sells in the 2 million, 3 million price bracket, that's really going to bring that number up. On the flip side of it, if we have a lot of homes that are selling, as I think we did in the month of January, that are at the lower end of the market price point, that's also going to artificially bring that number down. I would say a more realistic number is if we look at the overall average sale price year to date, which again is up 4%. But again, we're only 2 months into the year. Overall, we're actually sitting at a 16% list to sale ratio, which means for all of the houses that are currently on the market, only roughly 16% of them sold during the month of February. And we're currently sitting at 6.2 months of inventory, which basically means that if we don't see any other homes come to the market based on the current rate of sales, it would take us approximately 6 months to sell all of the homes in Northumberland. So overall, definitely a buyer's market right now in Northumberland County. I do suspect that's going to change in the next couple months. So if you're out there sitting on the fence and you haven't bought as of yet, you may want to get off that fence pretty soon, because I, for one, am forecasting that we're going to have a pretty busy spring market here soon. Till next month, take care and stay safe.